Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon, not here with Geeky Sparkles. We're going to talk about Wonder Man. I guess the views aren't good. Now, I thought they were. This is what's so weird. Wonder Man is one of those shows where I saw the trailer. It actually looks pretty interesting to me. It's definitely nothing like the comic, but I thought the trailer looked interesting. I know some people have seen it. They said it was actually pretty good. There wasn't a lot of buzz around this show. They just kind of like low-key snuck it in there. And, but once the word got out, you know, all the media outlets lit up with, you know, Wonder Man's amazing. And I can't vouch for that. I haven't watched it yet. I do intend to watch. I haven't had time to sit down and watch it. I've got a lot of stuff going on this month, but, it's interesting because I was under the impression it was doing pretty well. And apparently that is not the case. It's not doing good. And this is not coming from an alt-right rag. This is coming from Games Radar. Games Radar is saying that Wonder Man has already dropped out of the streaming top 10 after only 2 weeks. And even though it has a 91% Rotten Tomatoes score, it's not doing well. And people seem to not understand two things could be true at once. You can have a piece of media that's actually pretty good and also a piece of media that's objectively a failure, whether it's views or finances or whatever it is. And this looks like it might be one of those cases where the people who've seen it loved it, but nobody really gives a shit about it. And part of that might be just people don't give a shit about the MCU, especially on Disney Plus. I'm just saying. So let's take a look and see what's going on here. So before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Guys, yeah, this is really interesting. I know a lot of people were discussing the race swapping and all that with Wonder Man. Which, yeah, I get. That caught me off guard too. But the premise actually I thought looked pretty interesting, and I do like that they tied in the fake Mandarin. Was it Trevor? Was that his name? Yeah, they tied him into it too. I thought he was kind of fun. But yeah, it's not looking too good. But just last week, I think it was last week. Yeah, Collider was like in just 10 days. Disney Plus's new Marvel series hit 449.6 millions of minutes watched. I love how they're just breaking it down by the minute now. It's not like views. It's like, oh, there's a lot of minutes watched, guys. Lots of seconds streamed. But this unexpected rival hit harder. Yeah, apparently Echo did better. The chart also revealed that another Marvel series beat Wonder Man in its initial run, and that was Echo. And Echo was considered a failure. So Wonder Man must be doubly bad, I guess. Marvel's Wonder Man drops out of the streaming top 10 after only 2 weeks on Disney Plus, despite a promising 91% Rotten Tomatoes score. I honestly thought this one, the way people were talking about it, maybe that's why they're talking about it so much. The way people were talking about it, I thought this was going to be some like big, massive, oh my God, guys, the MCU is back, guys. We are so back. But yeah, it looks like it's a flop. Wonder Man may have gone down a treat with critics, but fans didn't turn out to watch the show in the numbers we've grown to expect from Marvel's Disney Plus output. Nobody knows who the Wonder Man is, unless you read the West Coast Avengers or whatever back in the day, and even then, he looks a little bit different. You know, it's gonna be like people are gonna be like, wait a minute. Well, no, don't worry. They're gonna fix that in the comics. Guys, they're going to race swap Wonder Man in the comics too, because they always do this because of the brand synergy thing. Like every time they change a character in the movies, they always make sure the comic book version is changed to reflect it. Very weird. Except for at the height of the MCU's success, we switched out all the Avengers for stand-ins. So people are going to the theater to watch Endgame and Infinity War, and then they go to the comic shop. They're like, who the hell are these people? So it was the Marvel Now era. That was like the biggest F up, I think. I mean, talk about wasted opportunity, right? It's like, yeah, people are going to go, they're going to go see Batman 1989, and then they're going to go get Azrael or something after they go see the movie. You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on, that's stupid. According to data from Luminate, Wonder Man had 549.6 million minutes watched in the first 10 days on Disney Plus after it premiered on January 28th, with 135 million of those minutes being watched in the first 3 days. In its second week, it dropped off the top 10 entirely, so its viewing figures are unknown. All we know is that the thriller series His and Hers is in 10th place with 287 million minutes watched. So however many minutes Wonder Man accrued in week 2 was a number lower than that. So less than half probably of what it was in the first week. Instead, the top 10 include the likes of Fallout Season 2, Bridgerton Season 4, and The Pit Season 2, as well as 3 separate seasons of The Lincoln Lawyer. While this is a poorer performance than other recent Marvel shows like Daredevil Born Again and Agatha All Along, the former had 629 million minutes. It's worth knowing that Wonder Man episodes only clock in between 23 and 34 minutes, and all 8 episodes were released at once, rather than one per week. Yeah, but that's still not good. If you dumped all of them, then that would explain why the watch time was so front-loaded, right? Because everybody's watching it, binging it the first week, and then after that, it just falls off a cliff, right? So even if the episodes are only half as long, that would be like, if there were 8 episodes and you dropped all 8 episodes, that'd be like 4 regular, hour-long episodes or whatever. It should still be higher than that, right? If a lot of people are watching it. Wonder Man debuted to positive reviews, and the show has a score of 91% Rotten Tomatoes. Our own Wonder Man review gave it 4.5 stars and says the show stands apart from the rest of the MCU as a warm and witty buddy comedy set against the backdrop of Hollywood. I actually thought it looked pretty good. And I have had people say it's good and it's worth my time, and I might actually look into it. But yeah, that's very interesting, because that is not at all what I expected. And that just, to me, seems to be another indication that the MCU is not in a good place, that people are over it. I don't know how, I'm going to be honest, I don't know how Doomsday is going to do. I really don't. I think that the MCU is in such a state right now that even if you give people good stuff objectively, it doesn't mean they're going to watch it, right? Just like Star Wars. The Mandalorian and Grogu might be the best effing Star Wars thing ever. Well, at least under Disney's watch, but it doesn't mean that people are going to tune in. It doesn't mean they're going to show up to the theater, right? Because they're so jaded. They're so over it. And my own feelings on Star Wars is that, I cautiously came back for The Mandalorian season 1 and 2, got burned on the sequels, got burned on the behavior of Lucasfilm, and then the firing of Gina Carano and the piss poor quality of Mando season 3 and Boba Fett and Obi-Wan, all these other shit shows. I didn't even bother watching Ahsoka. I didn't bother. And the Acolyte was just the cherry on the shit flavored sundae. Like, I'm not coming back to Star Wars. I don't see myself ever coming back to Star Wars as long as Disney owns it. And I think a lot of people are starting to feel that way about Marvel too. And it's the same with the comics. We have a lot of people that are trying to defend, hey, the comics are pretty good now, guys. The comics, come back to the comics. Comics are great, guys. Comics wants you back. It's like, no, comics doesn't actually want you back. Comics needs you, because they realize that these 20-somethings they've been catering to, they're not buying comics. They don't have the money to buy comics. They're just not buying them. So they need you middle-aged men. They need your bank accounts to bankroll the industry for a few more years. So what's going to happen after all the middle-aged men die? What's going to happen then? Because there is no next generation of comic book readers, right? And I think it's the same with Marvel. There doesn't seem to be a next generation of MCU fans. It's whatever we got is who we got. You don't have kids getting into it now. They love Spider-Man. They're always going to love Spider-Man. And on the other side of it, they love Batman, Superman. They're perennial favorites, right? But the greater MCU, I don't see kids giving a shit about it. And that's really where they made their money. It was like the Star Wars of a whole generation. My son's generation included. Like, they were all about Marvel. And he went to go see The Marvels in the theater. I think it was the last one. Well, we went to go see Fantastic Four together, but he went to go see The Marvels with his last friend that actually still watch Marvel. And he said, yeah, there were some, middle-aged men in the audience or whatever, but it's just like, it's over. They're not the events they used to be, and the shows aren't either. And, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I could sit here and lie to you and be like, oh yeah, it's okay, guys. Marvel's going to come back better than ever. The comeback's going to be bigger than ever, whatever the hell, Jeppy wanted to say about the comic book industry. But I think he basically had an opportunity to turn things around. I think they've turned it around too late. Even if the stuff is good, it's not going to bring people back. Same with the comic book industry. You can put the best fucking comics out there since 1990, whatever, and people aren't coming back because they don't trust you. They don't believe you. And honestly, you broke the habit, right? You go for 5 or 6 years, you don't buy any comic books. You go for 5 or 6 years without seeing every Marvel movie in the theater. It's very easy to just not watch anymore. Right? And that's how things atrophy. That's how they die. That's how Westerns had their time and they died off. And then it was, the buddy cop dramas, they had their time and they dropped off. CW type shows, they dropped off. Everything cycles. And I think the general public is over it at this point. And there it is. So yeah, Wonder Man, another huge disappointment for Marvel, I think. But I'm sure they'll find a way to spin it in a positive light. I'm sure they will. Disney's very good at doing that. So I'm going to wrap it up. Please subscribe. We'll talk later.